Hey, it's Mark. I'm going to be doing a quick review of Our Lady Peace's new album, which comes out tomorrow, Tuesday, July 21st, 2009. It's entitled Burn, Burn. In my opinion, it's their best album since Happiness Is Not a Fish That You Can Catch. Well, that's not saying a whole lot considering that album was released 10 years ago and there have been 3 studio albums since, besides Burn Burn, of course. And the thing about this album that I like is that it basically, it's not as mainstream sounding as their last couple albums, Gravity and Healthy and Paranoid Times, which I like to call the Bob Rock effect. He's a good producer if you want to get nice mainstream rock and roll music out there. But Our Lady Peace initially wasn't about that. They were cutting edge with their albums, Naveed and Clumsy, which are my 2 favorite Our Lady Peace albums. So, while this one doesn't go all the way back to being as good as those albums, there are some aspects, at least, of it that aren't quite as mainstream. And nothing against mainstream, I mean, but like for a band like Our Lady Peace, like I was saying, just in my opinion, they lost some of their edge with Gravity and Healthy and Paranoid Times. Now this album, while it does lose some of that, it still definitely has some of that feel to it. And you can hear that in the first single, which is All You Did Was Save My Life, a very poppy rock sounding track, and there are quite a few of them on there, but there are also some, and I'm just going to mention a couple of my names here, that are borderline experimental, and pretty good tracks, Refuge and Escape Artist. Now, I think the reason why this album has gone a little bit away from the Bob Rock produced records is because Raine Maida decided to produce this album himself, so that's obviously going to, be giving him more freedom in what he's doing. So I think that's probably why you get some of the tracks a little bit closer to their earlier work. I'm going to say the standout tracks for me, and you may find this kind of funny because I was just sort of dissing their mainstream approach, but I do think All You Did Was Save My Life is a very good track. I think it is one of the standouts on that album. And another one is The End Is, excuse me while I look at the title here, The End Is Where We Begin is it also, I think, one of the standout tracks, and the third one I would mention is Dreamland. So there you have it. Pretty good album. I'm gonna say their best work, like I said, since Happiness. Still doesn't go back to their glory years, and it's an enjoyable record. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. All right, take care.